girls. It's Friday. Our second week of quarantine is coming to an end. It's been quite a bunch of craziness for 2 weeks. I'm glad I at least get to connect you a little bit over Facebook and over Class Dojo, so I get to see your faces. Your videos that you posted to Facebook this week have really made me smile. I hope today or yesterday that you got to complete your Venn diagram about the Wonky Donkey and the Dinky Donkey and did some comparing and contrasting. We're done with our donkey stories for now. I think I just kicked my camera. Hold on. Blooper reel. Yikes. Okay. So we are going to, starting next week, we're going to be starting a fairy tale unit where we're going to read a whole bunch of different versions of fairy tales and talk about and compare and contrast some of those. So I have a good story to lead us into next week. Not totally about fairy tales, but it has some characters that you're probably going to know from some famous fairy tales. Our book today is The Jolly Postman and Other People's Letters. It's all about a postman. What's a postman? What is their job?
The person who delivers the mail.
The person who delivers the mail. So before we went on this big break, Miss Kayla was talking to you about community helpers. And I know you did some talking with her about postmen or mailmen or mail carriers, right? So here is... Oh, this camera today.
Can I fix it up to the wall?
Nah, it won't stay. Let's try.
I could be a cameraman.
Oops. Let's just try that. All right. From down below, The Jolly Postman and Other People's Letters. Let's start on the first page. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away with a letter for the 3 bears. So here's a picture of the jolly postman. On his bike, he's delivering the mail while riding the bike. And then over here, you'll see there's an envelope. The envelope says, Mr. and Mrs. Bear, the 3 Bears Cottage, the woods. And it even has a stamp over here. So when I turn the page, the back of it is an envelope, and inside is the letter to the 3 bears. So let me open up our letter. There's our letter, handwritten very neatly. It says, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bear and Baby Bear, I am very sorry indeed that I came to your house and ate Baby Bear's porridge. Mommy says I am a bad girl. I hardly eat any porridge when she cooks it. Daddy says he will mend the little chair. Love from Goldilocks. P.S. Baby Bear can come to my party if he likes. There will be 3 kinds of jelly and margarine. So that's a letter from Goldilocks to the 3 bears. So the bears read the letter except Baby Bear. The postman drank his tea, and what happens next you'll very soon see. So there they are reading the letter. And then you can see the postman leaves and gets on his little bike. Off went the postman, toodly-doo, in his uniform of postal blue, to a gingerbread cottage and a strange garage, too, with a letter for the Wicked Witch. That looks like a cottage that might resemble Hansel and Gretel's cottage. Okay, so this is another envelope. This time it says, Occupant, Gingerbread Bungalow, The Woods. I'm going to turn it. And we have another envelope. Down here it says, If undelivered, return to the Warlock Mountain. Oh my goodness, it's an advertisement. It's an ad from a local paper. It says, Hobgoblin Supplies Limited. Everything for the modern witch delivered to your door or den. Covens provided for. Deadly lampshades. A Halloween boot. Little boy pie mix. A cauldron set. Witching hour glass. Advertisement for a big broom. Looking for a new newt? Let's see. 4 complete foul courses. Rejuvenating pills. Feeling low? Take with you for the perfect pick-me-up. Cup and sorcerer tea service. Frog powder. Just add water. Croak. And for the wizard in your life, matching tie and socks set. So it's an advertisement for all of the different things the witch might want to buy who lives in that cottage. So the witch read the letter with a cackle of glee while the postman read the paper, but he left his tea. I wonder if he thought maybe the tea was poisoned or had a spell in it. This postman gets very friendly with his deliveries. Soon the jolly postman, we hear tell, stopped at a door with a giant bell and a giant bottle of milk as well, with a postcard for, guess who? Oh my goodness, what very large feet you have. Who do you think it's for?
The giant.
Okay, here it says, Mr. V. Big, Mile High House, Beanstalk Gardens. I think we're looking at the giant here. Let me flip and get inside that envelope. Oh, it's a postcard. It's a postcard. It says, thinking of you on our magic carpet tour. Oh, somebody must be out on a magic carpet tour and sent him a postcard. Let's see what it says. Dear Giant Big, having a nice time, me, my mom, and your hen that lays the golden eggs. It's better than traveler's checks. Saw a bloke as we were flying down. He was bigger than you. I've took note of his address. Take care of yourself and your talking harp. I'll be back for that one of these days. I shouldn't wonder. Bye for now, your very little pal, Jack. It's all from Jack and the Beanstalk. He wrote a very nicely written letter to the giant, kind of teasing him, though, about that goose that laid the golden eggs. So the giant read the postcard with a baby on his knee, and the postman wet his whistle with a thimble full of tea. The giant's so big that his cup, the postman, all he needed for a cup was the giant's thimble. Thimbles go on your fingers when you're sewing so that the needle doesn't prick you. So it's just a little itty-bitty cover that fits on your finger. And so the giant's finger's so big that it would be the size of a cup for us. Once more on his bicycle, the postman rode to a beautiful palace, so we've been told, where nightingales sang and a sign said sold, with a letter for Cinderella. There's a surprise. There he's going to the castle. Here is the envelope with the stamp. H.R.H. Cinderella, the palace, Half Kingdom Road. All right, let me open this letter. What's inside here? There is 2. All right, what do we have here? We have a book and we have a letter. It says, Dear Princess, we at the Piper Press hope soon to publish a little book for younger readers in celebration of your recent marriage to H.R.H. Prince Charming. A copy of this book is enclosed for your approval. We trust this is somewhat shortened version of your Highness's most marvelous tale, and it will not displease you. We also trust that you will be comfortable in your new home and live happily ever after. Your humble servant and loyal subject to be, Peter Piper. Peter Piper, Managing Director. So this is from a publisher. We know about publishers because we sent our turtle book to a publisher. By the way, I just found out that those books are waiting for us at school. I can't get them to deliver them, but as soon as I can, I will get them, and I will even drop them off at houses. But they're sitting there. If only I could get in and get them. One day, it's gonna happen. Cinderella, the story of a fairy princess. Here's the shortened book. There was once a young woman named Cinderella who had a cruel stepmother, 2 cruel, ugly stepsisters, and a father who was not around much. One day the postman arrived with an invitation to the royal ball. The stepmother and stepsisters got dressed in their finery and departed almost at once, leaving Cinderella alone. She couldn't go to the ball. She had nothing to wear and no transportation. Luckily, at that moment, Cinderella's fairy godmother dropped in. Finding Cinderella in tears, she worked her magic and sent her off to the ball. In a beautiful gown and a golden coach. But Be back by 12, she said. The magic stops at midnight. So Cinderella went off to the ball and had a marvelous time. She ate lots of little sausages on sticks and danced constantly with the prince, who obviously admired her. Then, just when things were going well, the clock struck 12 and Cinderella had to run for it. The prince was inconsolable until, that is, he found one of Cinderella's glass slippers, which cheered him up. The next day, he went looking for a young woman whose foot would fit in the slipper, meaning to marry her, if she'd have him. All the women in town, young and old, and even the ugly sisters tried on the slipper, but without success. Then finally Cinderella tried it on, and it fit, of course. And that was that. A few days later, Cinderella and the prince were married. Telegrams of the congratulations arrived from every corner of the kingdom, and the newspapers were full of the event. Fairy tale princess, the headlines proclaimed, which on this occasion, it must be said, was really no exaggeration at all. The end. So they sent the story to her to say, hey, how does this sound? We want to publish this book for you. Interesting. All in one envelope. So Cinders read her book. The postman drank champagne. Apparently that's what you do at a palace. Then they wobbled off on his round again and again and again. Whoops. Later on, the postman, feeling hot, came upon a grandma in a shady spot. But Grandma, what big teeth you've got! Besides, this is a letter for... Oh. Okay. I think I know who that is. That's not Grandma. It says B.B. Wolf. In care of Grandma's cottage. Horner's Corners. Let's see what's in this envelope. It says urgent. Means open it soon. Inside. Dear Mr. Wolf, we are writing to you on behalf of our client, Miss Red Riding Hood. Concerning her grandma, Miss Hood tells us that you are presently occupying her grandmother's cottage and wearing her grandmother's clothes without the lady's permission. So this is a very formal letter saying that he is not supposed to be in her grandma's house. Please understand that if this harassment does not cease, which means stop, we will call in the official woodcutter, and if necessary, all the king's horses and all the king's men. On a separate matter, we must inform you that Misters 3 Little Pigs Incorporated are now firmly resolved to sue for damages. Your offer of shares in a turnip or apple picking business is declined, and all this huffing and puffing will get you nowhere. Yours sincerely, Harold Meany. Harold Meany Law. Oh, it's from a lawyer. Very formal letter from a lawyer telling him he needs to stop his shenanigans. So Grandma read the letter and poured the tea, which the not-so-jolly postman drank nervously. He doesn't like being around that wolf.
No.
He's nervous.
That he'll eat him.
Now the jolly postman, nearly done, so is the story, came to a house where the party had begun. On the step was a bear with a bun, but the letter was for Goldilocks. To Goldilocks, 24 Blackbird Road, Banbury Cross. Ooh, 2 stamps. It says, please do not bend. I wonder what's in this one. It's a card. Has the number 8. 8 today. It's birthday wishes. It's a birthday card. Oh, and some fairy tale money inside. Wow, the Bank of Wonderland. Pat a cake, baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Carry it on a beautiful plate and light up the candles, 'cause today I am 8. To Goldilocks with love from Mrs. Bunting and Baby. Cool birthday card.
Who's Miss Bunting?
I think it's another fairy tale. There is a nursery rhyme that involves a bunting and a baby. I might have to do my research and get back to you on that one. So Goldilocks puts the money in the pocket of her dress, and the postman asked the postman to her party, and of course he answered yes. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away and went home in the evening for tea. Man, he's had a busy day visiting all those fairy tale characters and delivering them their mail. And that's the end. Looks like he got a letter too that he's gonna sit and read.
Let me see.
He doesn't share that one with us though. Must be private. So here is your challenge for today. I would like you to pick somebody that does not live in your house to write a letter to. I want you to pick maybe a family member. It could even be a member, somebody from class. You could write a letter to them. Mrs. Sullivan can always provide addresses. I'll clear them with all my parents first before we do that. But if anybody needs addresses, just let me know. And I would love it if you would write a letter to someone. So those letters could be a card, it could be a picture or a drawing with some labels on it. It could be a card with sentences. I want you to challenge yourself to write something special for somebody else. We don't get to see each other in person right now, but one way that we can connect still is by writing letters. So letters, cards, you could do one person, more than one person. It's your choice. Parents, I just had to go through my cabinets to make sure I still had stamps. I do have some stamps I would be willing to share and leave on porches if necessary. Otherwise, I would encourage you to, you can always take a picture of your child's letter if you don't have stamps and then email it or send it off in a text to somebody. I would encourage us to do some writing and send it off to people. I think it would be fun for the kids to get mail since they don't get a lot of other great, I don't know, socialization right now. Maybe mail, maybe we can go back to some mail. Message me if you have any questions. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the videos. It's just a little something to keep us connected. And have a good weekend, and I will post another video on Monday. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.